Welcome to Reflections on the Masculine Journey with Raith. I'm Raith, and this is where we talk about wisdom, discipline, purpose, honor, and becoming the kind of man life requires. This is Masculine Journey Reflections 9th, and today's topic is Brotherhood, Why Men Need Other Men. In the last episode, we talked about responsibility. We said that responsibility is the weight that builds a man. We talked about the difference between responsibility and blame. We talked about how a man becomes stronger by carrying what is his to carry: his word, his family, his body, his work, his mind, his mistakes, his repairs, his future, and his mission. But once a man begins carrying responsibility, he discovers something important. He was not meant to carry everything alone. A man needs purpose, discipline, a code, responsibility, but he also needs brotherhood. Not just friendship, not just people to laugh with, not just men to watch the game with, not just people who agree with everything he says. A man needs other men who sharpen him, challenge him, correct him, encourage him, and remind him of the standard when he begins to drift. That is brotherhood. And in a world where many men are surrounded by people but still feel alone, this conversation matters. Many men are more isolated than they admit. They may have coworkers. They may have family. They may have contacts in their phone. They may have social media connections. They may know plenty of people, but that does not mean they have brotherhood. A man can be known by many people and still not be deeply known by anyone. He can be around people all day and still have no one who really challenges him. He can have people who laugh with him, but no one who holds him accountable. He can have people who agree with him, but no one who tells him the truth. He can have people who enjoy his company, but no one who asks, "Are you becoming the man you say you want to be?" That is the difference. Brotherhood is not just social connection. Brotherhood is purposeful connection. It is the kind of connection that helps a man become stronger, wiser, more disciplined, and more honest. And many men are missing that. They are carrying stress alone. They are fighting temptation alone. They are trying to figure out marriage alone. They are trying to lead their families alone. They are struggling with anger alone. They are dealing with failure alone. They are facing health, money, purpose, grief, and regret alone. And sometimes the only time another man hears the truth is after everything has already started falling apart. That is not how men are meant to live. A man needs other men before they collapse. He needs brothers in the building process. Some men resist brotherhood because they think needing other men makes them weak. They believe a strong man should handle everything himself. He should not need help. He should not need counsel. He should not need correction. He should not need encouragement. He should not need anyone to stand beside him. But that is not strength. That is isolation dressed up as toughness. Real strength does not fear honest connection. Real strength knows the value of counsel. Real strength knows that even a capable man can have blind spots. A man may be strong in one area and weak in another. He may be disciplined with work, but undisciplined with emotion. He may be strong in leadership, but weak in marriage. He may be wise with money, but careless with health. He may be brave in conflict, but afraid of vulnerability. He may be capable in crisis, but unable to ask for help. Brotherhood gives a man mirrors. Other men can see what he cannot see. They can challenge what he keeps excusing. They can speak into places he is avoiding. They can remind him of his code when emotion wants control. This is not weakness. This is wisdom. A man who refuses all correction does not prove he is strong. He proves he is unteachable. And an unteachable man eventually becomes dangerous to himself. In earlier episodes, we talked about the code. We said a man's code is his frame statement. It tells him who he is. It tells him what he values. It tells him what he refuses. It tells him what he protects. It tells him how he returns to center. But a code becomes stronger when it is lived among other men who also value standards. Brotherhood sharpens the code. A man may write down that he values discipline, but a brother may notice when he keeps making excuses. A man may say he values truth, but a brother may challenge the lie he keeps telling himself. A man may say he values responsibility, but a brother may ask why he keeps avoiding the same duty. A man may say he values honor, but a brother may call him out when his actions start weakening his name. That kind of correction is not always comfortable, but it is valuable because a real brother does not flatter a man's weakness. He calls him back to strength. He does not shame him for failing, but he also does not let him build a home in failure. He does not destroy him with criticism, but he does speak truth. That is brotherhood, not men sitting around pretending everything is fine, men helping one another return to the standard. There is a difference between friendship and brotherhood. Friendship may be based on shared interests. Brotherhood is based on shared standards. Friendship may enjoy your company. Brotherhood cares about your character. Friendship may laugh with you. Brotherhood will also challenge you. Friendship may say, do what makes you happy. Brotherhood may say, do what is right. Friendship may help you escape pressure. Brotherhood helps you become stronger under pressure. Now, friendship is good. Men need friendship. Men need laughter. Men need shared interests. Men need time to relax and enjoy life. But if every male relationship is only built around entertainment, a man may never be sharpened. He may have friends, but no brothers. He may have people to hang out with, but no men who call him higher. A brother is the man who can look you in the eye and say, you are better than this. Tell the truth. Keep your word. Go apologize. Get back to your discipline. Stop making excuses. Handle your responsibility. Do not become the thing you say you hate. That kind of man is rare, but every man needs at least a few of them. Brotherhood requires standards. Without standards, brotherhood becomes nothing more than a group of men validating each other's excuses, and that happens. Men can gather and complain about women, complain about work, complain about society, complain about money, complain about their families, complain about everything but their own choices. That is not brotherhood. That is collective avoidance. Real brotherhood does not mean men never talk about problems. They should. Men need places where they can be honest. But honesty should lead somewhere. It should lead to responsibility. It should lead to correction. It should lead to wiser action. It should lead to building. A brotherhood without standards becomes a hiding place. A brotherhood with standards becomes a forge. That word matters. A forge is a place where heat, pressure, and shaping produce strength. Real brotherhood is a forge. It gives a man belonging, but it also gives him challenge. It gives him support, but it also gives him accountability. It gives him encouragement, but it also gives him correction. And that is what many men need. Not just comfort, formation. A man should be intentional about the men around him. Not every man belongs in your inner circle. Some men weaken you. Some men distract you. Some men feed your worst habits. Some men encourage your excuses. Some men only show up when they want something. Some men want you to stay weak because your growth makes them uncomfortable. So a man has to choose his brotherhood carefully. He needs men who are honest, men who are disciplined, men who are responsible, men who are not afraid to speak truth, men who are trying to build something, men who respect family, work, honor, and purpose, men who are not perfect but are serious about becoming better. A man needs older men, men who have lived enough life to offer wisdom. A man needs peers, men who are in the fight with him, building beside him. And a man needs younger men, men he can teach, guide, and strengthen. That creates a chain. Wisdom comes down, strength moves across, legacy moves forward. That is how masculine culture is preserved. Not just through books, not just through videos, not just through speeches, through men teaching men, through fathers and sons, through mentors and students, through brothers who refuse to let each other drift. Now we need to address vulnerability. Some men hear that word and immediately resist it. They think vulnerability means weakness. They think it means emotional spilling. They think it means becoming soft. But real vulnerability is not weakness. Real vulnerability is honest exposure with the right people for the purpose of growth. That last part matters. With the right people for the purpose of growth. A man does not need to expose his inner life to everyone. Not everyone has earned that place. Not everyone can handle it. Not everyone will honor it. But a man does need at least a few trusted men who know the truth, men who know where he struggles, men who know where he is tempted, men who know where he has failed, men who know what he is trying to rebuild. Because secrecy can protect weakness. When a man hides everything, he can convince himself he is fine. But when he speaks honestly to the right brother, the lie loses power. Brotherhood gives a man a place to say, I am struggling. I am angry. I am tempted. I am tired. I need correction. I need counsel. I need someone to remind me who I said I wanted to become. That is not weakness. That is a man taking responsibility for his own formation. Brotherhood also matters because men carry roles. A husband needs other men who understand responsibility. A father needs other men who understand legacy. A leader needs other men who understand pressure. A man cannot always process these things with the people he is responsible for leading. Sometimes he needs men beside him who can help him think clearly. A married man needs other honorable men who will protect his marriage, not help him escape it. He needs men who will say, go home and fix it, not men who feed resentment. A father needs men who remind him that his children are watching. He needs men who understand that fatherhood is not just provision. It is presence, instruction, correction, example, and love. A leader needs men who will tell him when pride is creeping in. He needs men who will challenge his blind spots. He needs men who will remind him that leadership is service, not ego. Brotherhood protects the roles a man carries. It helps him remain steady. It helps him see clearly. It helps him recover when pressure gets heavy. That is why men need other men. Not to avoid responsibility, to carry it better. So how does a man build brotherhood? First, he has to become the kind of man he is looking for. A man who wants honest brothers must practice honesty. A man who wants disciplined brothers must practice discipline. A man who wants loyal brothers must practice loyalty. A man who wants accountable brothers must be willing to be accountable. Brotherhood begins with becoming brother-worthy. Second, he has to seek the right environments. Brotherhood is more likely to form where men are building, training, serving, studying, leading, working, or pursuing something meaningful together. That could be a church group, a veteran group, a men's group, a martial arts school, a gym, a business circle, a volunteer organization, a workshop, a book study, a father-son tradition, a mission-based group. Men bond deeply when they do meaningful things together. Third, he has to be intentional. Brotherhood rarely forms if men keep everything shallow. At some point, one man has to ask a better question, not just, how's it going, but what are you building right now? What are you struggling with? What are you trying to correct? What standard are you working to live by? What do you need accountability on? Those questions create depth. Fourth, he has to show up consistently. Brotherhood is not built in one conversation. It is built over time. Through repeated contact, shared work, honest correction, loyalty, trust, and proof. Before we close, I want to give you a practical exercise. Write this at the top of a page. Brotherhood sharpens me. Then answer these 5 questions. Question 1. Do I have men in my life who will tell me the truth? Not just agree with me. Tell me the truth. Question 2. Where am I trying to carry something alone that should be shared with trusted brothers? Be honest. Question 3. What kind of men do I need around me in this season? Older mentors, strong peers, younger men to guide? Question 4. Am I the kind of brother I'm looking for? That one matters. Question 5. What is one step I can take this week to build real brotherhood? Make the call, send the message, invite the conversation, join the group, start the study, ask the better question, do something, because brotherhood does not appear automatically. It must be built. This has been Masculine Journey Reflections, #9 Brotherhood, Why Men Need Other Men. I'm Raith, and this is Reflections on the Masculine Journey with Raith. Today we talked about why men need brotherhood. Not just friendship, not just entertainment, not just surface level connection. Brotherhood. Men who sharpen, men who challenge, men who correct, men who encourage, men who help each other return to the standard. A man was not meant to drift alone. He was not meant to struggle alone. He was not meant to carry every burden without counsel, correction, and support. Real brotherhood is not weakness. It is wisdom. It sharpens the code. It strengthens responsibility. It protects purpose. And it helps a man become more than he could become in isolation. If this message speaks to you, subscribe to the channel, follow the podcast, and share this episode with another man who needs to hear it. Leave a comment with this answer. What kind of brotherhood do men need most today? In the next episode, we will continue the journey by discussing wisdom, turning experience into understanding. Until then, remember, a man may walk alone for a season, but he should not build alone forever. Find men who sharpen you. Become a man who sharpens others. And keep becoming the man life requires. I'll see you next time on Reflections on the Masculine Journey with Raith.